Hello and welcome to Craftwatch, your weekly updates to the goings-on the Sanitarium.FM station server. I am your host, Predicted Cyborg. Hello. And in this show we'll be taking tours of more new builds on the server, as well as talking through the latest Minecraft news in general. But first, our first item is, as always, the server news section, and today it's kind of simple and short. You might recall in a previous Craftwatch, I told you about thoughts the station had been having towards maybe adding mods to the server. I am sad to inform you that the decision has been taken to keep the server as it is, for the moment at least, until the next version update comes, which is 1.9, as I kind of covered rumours on during the last Craftwatch. I know it's a little bit sad, but the decision does mean that we get to keep our security processes up to date. Speaking of security updates, updates have actually now been made to the server to prevent a rather nasty exploit from the game from affecting the server. More about that in my last item of the show, but there is also being some consideration about adding a whitelist to the server to prevent random griefers from accessing the server. We've had problems in the past with random griefers and trolls logging on and basically destroying what members of the server have actually built, which has been rather annoying, and we know that it's annoying for you as well as for us. Of course, the decision hasn't actually been fully decided on, and I will report to you any updates during a future Craftwatch. And so, to the second item of tonight and our first tour. And so to our first tour of tonight, and we are looking at the home of one of the station staff's other members, station manager, Mr. Dimebot. Now, as always, I could just sort of show you the little flyovers and the tour inside and sort of give you my opinion on things, but that probably wouldn't cut it. So, let's say welcome to the station manager himself, the builder, Mr. Dimebot. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing, Sai?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm quite fine, actually.
That's not my first interview question. Oh dear. Okay then. So, so this build, this is your little hut, and tell me
it's
why
my
you
little
built
slice
it.
of heaven. Say what? What?
Tell me why you built it. What reasons do you have for building the patchwork building? I've decided it's called.
I was trying to use natural resources. And fun fact, this is not merely my house. This is actually the headquarters for my startup company, Dimebot Industries Global Mining and Biodegradables Outlet and Transshipment Corporation.
It's a shame we don't have Tech-It.
It is indeed, but being a mining and biodegradables firm, we try to be environmentally sustainable, so I figured it would make quite a statement to build the corporate HQ out of naturally sourced materials, as it were.
And you are very professionally dressed as well, so good company image there. Well done.
Yes, we do try. Would you like to come inside?
I would.
It's a little cramped right now. We are going to expand once business picks up, but it's got everything I need. Get a place to sleep, and that's pretty much it.
Is there any more?
There is. If you'll follow me this way, this is the corporate planning room. You seem to be in my way. There we go. So this is where we plan things.
I see. Just preparing for every eventuality, I see.
Yeah. Mainly one eventuality, but I'm sure more will come. So, I also felt it was important to build this out of naturally sourced materials. Hence the mossy cobble here. You'll notice that it adds a nice touch to the room.
There's been a little bit more processing with the floor, but I can forgive you for that because it is very clean.
Yeah. We tested out just raw iron floors in test groups, and we found that the test subjects really didn't appreciate having their feet shredded into bloody rags, so we figured that a smoothing process was actually more acceptable.
Yeah, you gotta comply with health and safety. I get it. So, do you have any plans? Like, you say that this is the first of many outlets. When business picks up, are you planning to maybe expand? Like, where are you going to build your next outlet, do you think? Have you got your eye on any particular nice piece of swampland or maybe a mountain?
Well, we were thinking Scarlet Dragon has a really nice spa in operation. And we were thinking that logistically it would be a smart idea to set up an operation near her so that we could provide her with some fine, high-quality mud for her spa customers. It seems like a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go over there later and interview her about her spa. So, I'm pretty sure she'd appreciate that. So, did you have any trouble in building any of this? I mean, I'm not to say that someone like you would have trouble building this sort of thing, but
No. It's actually pretty simple. What you do is you just place down your corner markers, and then you just kind of go wild, spamming out the different types of blocks you want to place, and you end up with, I think it's a very nice looking house. It really shows the diversity of the various products we can source.
Okay then, so I think that about does it. Thank you for joining me for this interview and showing me around your charming little build.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Si. Thank you for stopping by.
And I shall see you maybe again with another build.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope you'll come by and check out our mud distribution center once I, talk to Scarlet.
Indeed. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And that's not all the tours this show. We have 2 more coming up, both built by the same builder. And here is the interview. And now we're going to go on to the next build of the programme. And we're going to be covering 2 builds in this one, both built by the same person, of course, which is why I'm doing them basically as the same sort of item. And while I could sort of just do my typical little flyover, here's the thing, describe what it's made of, etc, 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 I can only give a little bit of the story, so it's probably better to hear from the builder herself, and I have her with me now. Hello, Scarlet.
Hello, I'm Scarlet Dragon. La 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 la. Spin for the camera.
And, so, first of all, tell me a little bit why you decided that the server needed a chessboard.
Well, the desert looked really, really stark. So I thought I want to build something big-ish, but something that everyone would instantly recognise. So I had the idea of doing a drafts board at first, but then I realised that we had, thanks to Lone Samurai, we actually have suits of armour, and I thought they would make amazing pawns. And then obviously I remembered that we also have character heads. So I decided to make each character head a different playing piece, and I was just really pleased with it when it was done, because it's something that's instantly recognisable, but it breaks up the landscape.
Yeah, you were saying about the desert. It's just a little further down the wooden paths from your sand castle and all that sort of stuff that I showed off during the last programme, isn't it?
That's right. I am actually. I've continued that path down for everything I'm building, and I'll probably put a train on there so that people without creative mode can come and see it easily. Yeah,
because those of us who are sort of doing this as part of the station staff, we all have creative mode to help us build these things, of course, but not everybody will have that. So, how much trouble did you actually have with constructing some of the pieces? Like, I know you say that the character heads stand in for the pieces, but did you ever consider like trying to make like, for example, a horse-shaped pawn piece even for the knights?
I did actually consider that, but I realised the only way to use the horse armour was to put it inside a frame, and I was worried that with the scale of the board it might be a bit drowned out and it might be a bit difficult to tell what it is. I did also consider sort of putting actual horses in with paddocks and then creepers and skeletons and spawning them in. But I know for sometimes when new players come on, Lone Samurai will set the difficulty to 0, and obviously any creatures I put in that were enemy mobs would disappear, so I thought to make it a little bit more permanent. Plus this way you can tell, we're using the iron and the gold blocks, you can tell which side belongs to which. And I made the king the Steve mob, and then the queen as the zombie. Unfortunately we don't have villager zombie heads, so I just decided to keep it as it was.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a before and after.
You actually anticipated my next question there.
Did I? Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. If you can anticipate my next question, then that means the interview's going well. And are you considering possibly making any more game boards? Like, I mean, you said you were going to be doing draughts originally, but then you did a chessboard. You thinking about maybe doing the draught board, or possibly? Yeah,
I was thinking maybe a checkers or a draft board. I was also thinking maybe is it Yahtzee? I haven't played very much. Backgammon. There's a few I've been considering. I actually really want to do a giant Monopoly board with sort of themed biomes instead of, Mayfair Park Lane instead of properties, and then build small houses on them. That's quite a big project. I'm working up to that. That
will be a massive project.
Yeah, I'm working up to that. So you'd have like, Desert Mesa 1, Desert Mesa 2, and obviously, like all the different types. What with the 1.8 expansion, we do have a lot more biomes now. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to build up to. That's a bit much to start with.
Yeah. I mean, you could even do a snakes and ladders board, really, couldn't you?
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. I think snakes and ladders with trains and actual ladders, maybe make it 3D so players can play, would be a really good idea.
All right, then we'll have to talk about that one later. The spa. Which, I must admit, originally I was expecting just one building with, sort of like white walls and everything, so it's kind of surprising, actually, what you've chosen to build here.
I kind of made this one up as I went along as well. It was just kind of, with the desert, I originally had the idea of building an oasis, but then I got the idea to do like a themed spa room. So this is just the entrance room, for people. All the rooms are themed. So there's the green room, which is basically meant to be like a little garden oasis for you to sit and contemplate the world. And the idea was it was supposed to be a safe place, but it was supposed to look beautiful as well. So I was really surprised at how well the vines worked on the wall to make it look like a bit damp and a bit comfortable. So this is the blue room, and the idea is a swimming pool with towels. They're not meant to be carpet; they're meant to be beach towels.
No, I got that.
I'm glad you got that. I was hoping.
Carpet is amazingly useful in vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, so this is just meant to be like a family swimming room sort of thing where you could take a dip. Yeah, like I say, I kind of just made it up as I went along, and I found the design worked really well with sort of 3 rooms coming off the main room. And then just as I kind of went along, I thought, I should do them coloured and have a different theme for each. And the red room is a type of sauna, and we have a floating creeper head in the sauna. So yeah, the idea of this with the hot rocks, you've got the cauldrons to pour the water on to make it a steam room, and then obviously the lava underneath to make it a bit of a sweat box.
Yeah, I must say, I think you've done this incredibly well, and the pyramid theme works very well for the biome it's set in as well. You know,
yes,
it's kind of like it's kind of like a sort of it's a deserty spa in theme.
Yeah, I was originally thinking like Roman bathhouse, but then I thought, let's make it look a little bit more Egyptian or Greek.
So, last question for this interview: do you have any future plans? On what to build? If we ignore the fact that there is a maze.
I did build a maze yesterday.
Yeah,
I've lost you as well.
I'll cover that next time.
Where are you? I've lost you. Are you at the top?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll come to you when I'm talking to you. Yeah, like I say, I'm thinking about a Monopoly board. To be honest, I kind of use Minecraft as a stress reliever, because when I'm working doing my crocheting and when I've been gaming or I've been doing paperwork all day, it's nice to kind of let loose and create something from scratch, especially something so symmetrical and rigorous. It's like, I like the blocks and the way they go together. So for me, it's kind of like grown-up Lego. So I kind of just use it whenever an idea comes into my head and I think I want to build something, I'll just go ahead and do it. So for example, I made a garden maze yesterday. I'm thinking about doing a Monopoly board. The ideas kind of come to me, or I'll get suggestions from Lone, and then I think that's a great idea. I'm going to go put my own spin on it. So hopefully lots more to come. And as I say, the bridge that goes out, I realised if you're walking, not flying, it is quite a distance. So I'll probably pop a train in there, make it easier for people to reach.
Okay then, as I said, I'm going to be covering your maze in the next episode, and I hope you'll join me to give me another little brief interview on why you built that, etc.
Of course, I'd love to.
Cool. Okay, thank you, Scarlett, for your time. Thank you for telling me nice little interesting stories about both your builds, and I will see you next time.
Thank you, see you next time.
And so to our last segment of the show. And now to our Mojang / General Minecraft section of the show, and what a new story we have this week. I've already hinted at it in the first item of the show, but a rather big exploit that could let malicious clients crash Minecraft servers has been the big talking point of the community this week. The exploit allowed for a compressed bundle of lists that branched off into even more compressed lists to query the same inventory slot all at once that would rob the server of memory and lead to a crash. I'm not really a very technically gifted cyborg, so this is just me explaining the exploit in a very, very basic manner. The exploit was made public a few days ago, sometime last week, by developer Amar Askar, I might have mispronounced that, who claimed that he had previously reported the bug 21 months prior to Mojang through private channels before he made it public. He did actually say that he'd been in two minds about reporting the exploit, but had done so because Mojang had supposedly failed to act on the bug. Mojang, however, have now gone back and fixed the bug, and their version of events is that they had actually fixed the bug back when Askar reported it to them, but the developer was uncooperative, cut off communication 2 months after the bug had first been reported to them, and basically they said that they had actually fixed the bug originally, but the exploit had been reintroduced into the code because of a code regression that happened as a result of the fact that 1.8 had gone through a lot of code restructuring. Obviously, as we know, 1.8 was the really big update, so it's not out of the story that this could have happened, and I guess we will never know the true story. However, thankfully the exploit has now been patched, so hopefully no worries. And that does it for what the server's been up to this week. Reminder that our server is open to all players who want a little chill out vanilla space to play Minecraft in and to just generally build. The address, in case you need the URL, is www.sanitarium.FM, and it's exactly the same as the station's URL address, so if you know the website address, you will be able to get into the server. And if you have something that you want me to talk about during the next show, all you have to do, go look at the video description under this video, and there is a link there to the topic, where you can go and provide the details, and if you put your stuff up there, you might see it in the next show. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
What
right,
are you doing? Sorry, Sai, we appear to have a visitor.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, floating creep ahead. You run. You better run. Anyway, where were we? Back to business.
I've literally been avoiding giving him any attention during the interview because I'm trying to be a professional.
No, it's all right. I'll just scare him off.
I can literally cut this bit out, or it can be included in an outtake at the end. I don't know.
I'd leave it as an outtake. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.